Oh my God.
Isn't that horrible?
He just showed me pictures of the face, dude. Holy shit.
And I flipped him over
I do
again.
understand.
I patted his back.
I do understand.
Man, I tried to wake him up as best I could. I freaked the fuck out, man.
I get
banged
it.
him up. Get up, man, please. Please
I
get
understand.
up, man. I didn't do nothing.
Watch your Stay in there.
I just hurt my son.
I'm not saying you did. All right? I'm not saying you did. Hey.
Oh my God!
Police and paramedics are called to a frantic scene at a Georgia gas station, where the parents of an 8-month-old infant claim he suffered a terrible accident. But the baby's injuries raise chilling questions, and the investigators will have to work their way past an extremely volatile father to find the answers.
If he was to die, it's going to hurt twice. I lose my son, I lose my freedom.
The following report is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. Please note that all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. On the night of January 30th, 2022, police and medics in Peach County, Georgia, respond to an emergency call coming from a Buc-ee's gas station. They arrive to find an unresponsive infant and his distraught mother.
Are you mama? Are you mama? Okay.
I can't do this.
So what's your name, ma'am?
Shelly Rook.
You'll go ahead and
Shelly Rook? Rooks?
Well, we don't know where he's going to go quite yet. I'm not sure where he's going.
But y'all got him. Y'all gonna be able to use the one up to he
They're doing everything they can do right now.
Okay, how old is
8 months around about his birthday be about 2021. Central 223.
What's the matter with his right leg?
It's brain.
The fact that the baby already has a pre-existing injury is still on the EMT's mind as they walk around to meet the child's father, Christopher Palmer.
Okay, bud.
My life.
Just
off top of your head. I don't got it off top of my head. What is your name? Shelly Rook.
Hey,
Shelly. Yes.
how long y'all been here?
Last name Rook. R-O-O-K.
Not long? But what's not long?
Near the pond, right?
How about that?
Over an hour, probably under 2.
About an hour and a half or so, let's say.
Between an hour and 2. Shelly, how long we been here?
What was his leg? What was the deal with his leg? How long ago? It was about 2 to 3 weeks. His leg, right? He jumped in, played
2
in.
weeks ago.
Okay, 2 weeks ago, and he fell out of the playpen. No, he had jumped in.
Or a year and a half
Other
old.
brother
Jumped into the plate.
into the playpen on him.
Wrestling.
No, he just jumps in to take his bottle.
He wants his bottle all the time.
Okay, and he just landed on his leg.
You
Did
don't
they
know.
break it, bruise it?
Sprained it.
I think he sprained it.
Okay.
So talk to us. So what was happening? So what was the call? Was he just stop breathing?
Yes.
No, he fell.
He'll tell you more.
Okay, so he
He'll-
fell? What did he fall? How did he fall? Where did he fall? He fell on his face?
What did he fall on?
It's a real bad thing. He fell.
But what did he fall on? Did he hit his face on the ground? On the ground?
The ground or the floor?
The floor in the house. Oh, shit.
Was he on anything or was he standing up when he did it?
I was holding his seat and he slipped.
24 to 30.
Man,
So he slipped out of your hands?
I'm fucking foolish.
Hey, I'm just calm down, all right? I'm sorry. Hey, Christopher, calm down. I need you to calm down.
I am calm. Trust me, I'm calm as shit.
Okay.
While the child's father tries to keep his composure, Warner Robins police officers begin to sense there's more going on here than meets the eye.
Dude, his hands? Dude. I got like marks on his hands, I mean, you saw the head. They said anything?
Said that they were giving him a bath and dropped him.
Bro, that's not a drop.
And that his little brother, who's like 1, jumps in his crib and stuff and lands on top of him all the time. That's how he's got all the bruises.
Bruises don't pop up that quickly.
Yeah, kids.
No.
Baby shouldn't have bruises like that.
No. Absolutely not.
I don't care if you ain't got no place to live up in the RV.
With suspicions building, an officer gets on the phone with his sergeant to explain the situation at Buc-ee's.
We got an 8-month-old, has a pulse, but it's faint. They're working on him. Looks like visible signs of neglect and maybe, I don't know, abuse. There's bruises all over the child. Child's got rash all over him. They're living in this RV. They've been up here for, they said, 2 weeks. My opinion, they both may be under the influence of some type of methamphetamine.
All right, lock everything down. No one leaves. Posted. I'm going to call the lieutenant.
All right, they're about to transport the baby to Macon.
They're going to make it. You go with us from section.
We're locking it down. It's our RV now.
But the baby's parents don't take this news well.
Can we follow behind the ambulance?
No, ma'am. I need y'all in the RV and everybody to stay here. They're about to
You're not
transport
getting
him.
what I'm saying. Can we follow the ambulance? He don't want to see the baby.
No.
I'm going to the hospital.
Listen to what I'm saying. Everyone here, you, your husband, the RV is staying here until we tell you can leave. Yes, ma'am.
Does that mean he's gone for pretty much?
No, I'm not saying that at all, ma'am.
No, but you be honest with me. What does it mean?
It just means that
I know you.
my supervisor has to come out here and talk to y'all before anybody can leave, okay?
Fuck you guys, man. Just put me down too, man. Fuck.
No, sir, we're not going
Yeah,
to do
hell
anything
yeah.
like that.
Trust me, I don't want to be here, man.
No, sir, everything's going to be okay.
Nah, that bullshit. I hear that shit all the time, man. I'm fucking failure, man.
No, you're not, sir.
I should have stayed awake. I was awake with you. I really was.
I'm not fucking incapable of it, man. God damn.
What,
Am I that incapable?
As Christopher's agitation grows, the officers discuss their next steps.
We need. No good.
He's getting unhappy, which, what does he want us to do with him? I think we need to get them away from him.
Like I'm stupid or something.
do what?
He's getting pissed, which is understandable. So,
Mel's getting very agitated.
he's about to start something, try to go to jail.
They won't let me see my son. You won't talk to me. I didn't do nothing.
Sir,
I didn't do nothing, Joe. I'm pissed off, man. It sounds like I'm sitting in motherfucking lockup for no goddamn reason, man.
Hey.
What, man?
My name is Sergeant Wilcox. I'm one of the supervisors on duty tonight, okay? I understand that you're upset. I understand.
I'm pissed off, man.
Listen. This is a traumatic experience, and we understand
Nah,
that.
man, you don't.
Yes, we do.
And I did this. It feels like I tried to fuck, man. I
Listen.
tried my son. I did nothing.
Accidents, listen. Accidents sometimes happen, okay? That doesn't mean they're any less painful, okay? Right now, we have certain procedures that we have to go
Whatever,
through.
man. Do you gotta do something? I go to the hospital, man.
We're going to get you there as soon as we can,
Fucking
okay?
man, I know that bullshit, man. It takes fucking hours, man. And if I lose my son before I fucking, I better not lose it. I'm telling you, because you'll have to take me to goddamn prison for the rest of my life.
Listen,
I don't-
listen. Bear with me. I'm trying to get you an update right now, okay? All right? As I understand it, when he left here, he had a pulse. I'm expecting.
Care the whole time.
I'm expecting good things, okay? You did what a dad's supposed to do. You did what a dad's supposed to do.
What do you need to do?
I need to make a couple of phone calls. I'll be right back.
What do you mean by
Just
phone?
hold tight.
But as the sergeant makes his calls, it quickly becomes clear that holding tight is not Christopher's strong suit.
One officer asked me if I use drugs.
Oh, so that's what it is. They automatically assume it's goddamn drugs. Fuck that, man. They ain't goddamn drugs, motherfucker. My son fell.
Yes, me did I.
Just if I drug, I feel happy, man. I ain't goddamn happy.
The pictures are bad. The baby had extensive bruising to the left side of his head, a lot of redness around his mouth. He had spot bruises, almost like fingertip bruises, all over the other side of his forehead, down both arms, hands, and both legs.
I don't even like y'all, man. That's all, man. You make her wait, me wait. Make my kids see this shit, man. See this shit. What's wrong with y'all, man?
The inside of the RV is pretty dadgum nasty. They've got two other children, 2-year-old and a 3-year-old inside.
What do you guys think? I did this to my baby?
I'm not saying that, sir.
No, say what you think, sir.
No, sir, I'm doing it. All I'm doing is a job. You know what I'm saying? I gotta
Well,
do.
who the fuck's the one that thinks that? If it's just that's who they're pointing towards.
No one's pointing
Bring
towards
it to
that.
my face and we'll figure it out from there.
No one's pointing. anything
Somebody
like
is
that.
because I'm still sitting here.
We're fixing to have to fight Dad.
If I make up some bullshit and just let me go to the hospital, man, I'll fucking say whatever you need me to fucking goddamn say, man, so someone can be there with my son, man.
We're gonna get y'all out of here as fast as we
Fuck you
can.
is, man. I want her now to go, man. You want to go, Shelly? Right now? Shelly,
I want to be with my baby.
Do you wanna
Yes,
go?
I do. I want to be there. There's no
what do I need to tell you so she can go? Tell me, man, so I know what to say,
That's not
man.
how it works, sir.
It's exactly how it works.
No, sir. It's
If
not.
you need what you got, she can go.
We're gonna get all of y'all out of here as soon as we possibly can.
The officers do their best to keep the frantic father calm, but Christopher's impatience only grows as the minutes tick by.
Fuck this fat shit, man. I gotta stand, man. I can't sit like this.
Can you get up and start? Can you walk around?
Yeah, you want to walk right here?
Fuck off, man.
Sir, you can stand outside the RV.
Fuck you, man. I'm getting pissed as fuck, man. Man, you guys have to fucking do what you gotta do, right? Can't take it. Hostage, right?
Not a hostage, sir.
Man, the fuck I ain't, man.
Just take a breath. Keep it together for your family.
Man, keep what together, man? You guys are fucking with me now.
In the meantime, Sergeant Wilcox tries to find out what's going on at the hospital.
Yes, sir. Hey, what's up, Dave?
Right now, they put him straight into the operating room. They're looking him over now. I'm waiting for an update from the doctor as we speak.
All right, here's what's going on right now. Baby is up at the hospital. They're examining him now. He does have a heartbeat. He is alive, okay? They're checking on scans and all of that, okay? So we're doing good right now.
I didn't hurt him when I was twitching.
We're doing good right now, okay? Hold together for a few more minutes. I'm gonna try and get a little bit more information. Just a little bit more information.
Man, I heard him. I know I did doing CPR. I know I heard him.
Sometimes when you do CPR,
no, you understand? I flipped him over again.
Understand.
I patted his back.
I do understand.
Man, I tried to wake him up as best I could. I freaked the fuck out, man. I
get it.
Get up, man, please. Please
I understand. Up, right now, the child is receiving the absolute best care possible. Macon is a level 1 trauma center.
I'm a little confused. Hold on.
Give us a minute. We're going to be dealing with y'all in just a second.
Confused. So you guys think we did it?
No, sir. He's not saying that. Not saying that.
But Christopher's suspicions about the holdup are growing, and it won't be long before he says something that escalates the situation.
You guys are holding me here against my will. Against my will. That is illegal to hold me against my will. Are we under arrest?
Sir.
Are we under arrest?
You're not under arrest.
So we can leave then, right?
Not right now.
Then I'm under arrest.
No, sir, you're not under arrest.
How can I not leave if I'm not under arrest?
My partner just explained it to you like my supervisor explained. There's an investigation that goes through this.
Does this take hours?
No, ma'am, it's not going to take hours.
We've been here for 40 fucking minutes already. How was it going to take an hour? So you're going to be done in 20 minutes? Is that what you're telling me?
He's literally, they're finishing up with phone calls as we speak.
Phone calls? They still have to get here.
I know, and they're on the way. I can tell you they are on the way. Yes, they are on the way.
Just shoot me, guys. Get the fucking shit out.
Christopher may have meant that as an offhand remark, but the police aren't taking any chances.
He just told Opitz we're going to have to shoot him. But he has confirmed with me there are firearms in the vehicle.
Have him step out and talk to me.
Okay.
I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to give you a ride up there in my vehicle because it's faster. When he steps out of the vehicle, put him in handcuffs.
Okay.
Boss man, listen, my man. Hey, you ready to go?
Hospital, yes.
I'm going to take you because I can't take everybody in the family. I'm going to take you the quickest in my vehicle.
I'll stay with my family.
Okay, my vehicle's fast. We're going to get there now.
I don't care.
They need...
Stay with my family.
No. Listen, they need you. I get that.
No,
your daughter...
No, you don't.
No. Your baby, they need a parent up there to give parental consent. I need you there.
Let us go.
Then come on, let's go.
All of us.
I can only take one at a time.
You can tell your people to get the fuck here. It's important.
They're
on. Let us go.
I was on the phone with him when y'all had to come over here and talk to you.
You didn't have to come over.
I did have to.
My fault, huh?
No. Listen what I'm saying. Okay. When you tell my guys about something about we're going to have to shoot you and all that,
I said this. Please shoot me down my measurements. We're sitting here doing nothing.
No. That's not the case. We're not doing nothing. We're doing everything right now.
We're sitting here doing nothing.
We're doing everything right now.
We can't pee in our own house because you guys think whatever. When you're all wrong, y'all fuck off, man.
The ruse is unsuccessful, but after a detective arrives on scene to a less than friendly greeting,
Just stay still.
he briefly interviews the couple, reviews the evidence, and the decision is made to dispense with the games.
Grab him and snatch him out. Grab him and snatch him out. 3, 2, 1, go. Come on out. Come on out. Hold still. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back.
I didn't do nothing.
Put your hands behind your back.
Relax.
Please don't, man.
Don't make this harder than you
I don't want to tell me why I'm under
Put your
arrest.
hand behind your back.
Why am I under arrest? Please tell me why.
You're being detained for investigative purposes. Put your
That's
hands behind
fine,
your back.
but why?
Put your hands
I
behind your
didn't
back.
do nothing.
Watch the
Stay in there. Richard, watch our back.
I'm good.
Just calm down, sir.
I'm good now. I'm good.
Put your hands behind your back.
You're on my handle, sir. You're on my other
Stand by. We'll get your other hand.
hand. Yeah, I'm good.
All right, pull this hand out.
Yeah, pull it out, sir. Can you
Pull
pull,
it
it,
out.
sir? Can you pull it?
Pull it out.
There you go.
All right,
Push it, please.
we're gonna get you up.
Yes, sir.
Hold still.
I don't know why I'm under this.
All right, listen to me. We're good.
All right, clear my throat.
All right, I'm gonna pull you. I'm gonna roll you to your
I
side.
got very good.
You're on shirt.
No, I'm not fighting anymore.
All right, listen to me. Okay.
I'm not fighting anymore.
I understand. Listen to me. Right now, baby's still stable, just like
No,
I told
listen,
you.
man.
Listen to me.
Why am I under investigation?
Listen.
I dropped my son.
Look, there's other things in play right here. Okay. You stand by. You keep doing what you're doing right now.
Man,
all right.
man,
this other resistance. Hey, listen. This other resistance. I get it.
I'm going to arrest. I just want to know why you're arresting me. You didn't tell me.
Right now, there's evidence consistent on that child with abuse or neglect. Okay? We're still investigating all that, but we have enough to detain you right now. That's why we're being detained.
So I'm going to jail. My family don't have me.
You're going to be interviewed. Your wife is going to be interviewed. All right? But you're going to be interviewed at police headquarters.
Christopher temporarily calms down, but when Shelley expresses her doubts about his innocence, he quickly ramps back up again.
You bring the boys to give me a hug before I go?
They said you did it.
How the fuck they do it? Y'all here? Who said I did it? Who said I did it?
Sir.
Did what? Yeah, man, I beat the shit out of him. Fucking wake him up, man.
Here. Sir, do you want this?
I didn't, Shelly. You want to believe? Go fuck ahead, but I did not do it, man. Why would I kill my son?
Your son is still stable, sir.
Why would I even do anything, man?
Do you want this?
You know why? It's my other charges. That's why they think that. It's not like.
The official police report includes information about Christopher's previous run-ins with the law, which include crimes against women, family violence charges involving Shelley and the kids, and a disturbing offense against 2 young children that landed him on New York's sex offender registry. While it's unclear how these cases were adjudicated, it's certainly clear that Christopher's agitation at the scene is turning into rage.
I feel like I'm going to get real angry, man.
What's going on?
I'm about to fucking lose my cool, dude. And I don't care about consequences when I do. I fuck up, man.
No, sir, no, you didn't.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
You didn't fuck up.
I'm about to, though.
Just stay calm for just a little bit.
In a big-ass ditch.
Oh my God. Isn't that horrible?
Big-ass ditch.
Yeah. He may not even talk to me after that.
Who's the punk-ass bitch that fucking thinks they're going to fucking just point the finger at me? Man the fuck up, dog.
We can go ahead and take him to the PD.
I didn't touch my son, bitch!
With Christopher on the verge of losing it, the cops let him say goodbye to his family.
Okay,
08-444-9708.
I'm sorry, you believe that? You're taking my money too? Fuck, man, I'm going to jail. They're going to put me in jail. They believe I did it because my charge. I'm not lying. I know this.
You're
shit,
going down for
Kelly.
interview right now.
Yeah, right now, but I know what it leads to. I'm not lying.
But
Don't-
mom and baby
take
needs
it,
the money, right?
Yeah.
Mom needs
Shelly,
the money
give
for
me-
the babies?
You want her to have the wallet?
Just give me $40. I'll be all right. You keep the rest.
Is there an ID for you in there? In your wallet?
Shelly, I'm going to jail. You hear me?
Say it again.
Look at me.
Yes.
I'm talking.
You know that, don't you? You believe I did it
He
too?
does.
No.
Just look me in my face so I understand. Don't lie to me. What? I did not hurt my son. Look at me. I might have picked at him, but I did not hurt my fucking son like that. I swear to God I did.
The police lead Christopher away and discover that getting him into the transport wagon will not be easy.
Well, I got to breathe for a minute, man.
Breathe?
Oh, man, you guys are going to have to hurt me, man.
No, we don't want-
You're
come
going to
on.
have to down.
Come on, let's go. We're going to walk. We're going to walk. Come on. Calm. Calm down.
Bitch ass, you say that shit.
All right, well, have a seat. Right here.
Yeah, man, damn, motherfucker.
Come on. Come on, my dude.
Beat my ass or something, man. I need it, please, man.
No one's beating
Do
you.
it, please. I need it.
Come on. We'll have a
I
seat.
need it, man.
Come on.
Have a seat right there.
Hey,
I
hey.
need you to fucking put
Deep breaths.
something about that.
Deep breaths.
Bring right in there, my son.
Deep breaths.
I did not hurt my son.
I'm not saying you did. All right? I'm not saying you did. Hey.
Oh my God!
Deep breath.
Take me out, man. I don't want to be here.
No one's taking anybody out.
I don't want to be here. Please hurt me, man. Please hurt me. Do what I gotta do.
Nobody's gonna hurt.
No one's gonna hurt.
Take a ride.
Hurt me, man. Please. I didn't hurt my fucking son.
Step back.
I can't breathe.
The police eventually get him in the wagon and transport Shelley, Christopher, and the children to the police station. But while the scene at Buc-ee's is brought to a close, this investigation is only getting started.
Hey man, you remember me from over at the camper? Do you want to talk to me about what happened?
What would you like to talk about?
Well, I got to take you into an interview room and read you Miranda.
What happens if I don't talk to you?
Well, you're being charged anyway at the moment. That's how it's looking. So, I mean, do you want to talk? At the moment, cruelty to children in the first degree, possibly aggravated assault.
Elsewhere at the station, Shelley is given some bad news.
What's the reason that they have not allowed me or my family, my children?
Well, for one, we can't get a hold of your dad. And it probably more than likely that's where they'll end up going. Because that's what they ultimately want. They want a trusted family member to watch after these kids, at least for the time being.
So they don't think I'm going to put enough for my children.
Right now, I think it's best if there's an environment change, if nothing else, because they cannot continue to live in an RV with that man.
I agree with you.
They ask Shelley to walk with them down the hallway, where she realizes that things are about to get even worse.
Miss Rooks, just stop for a minute. Okay, turn around.
Huh?
Turn around for us. Just put your hands right here, okay?
Why am I doing that? Can y'all tell me why I'm going to jail?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Please?
To put it bluntly, okay? That child has a lot of injuries, and he's had a lot of medical conditions and a lot of injuries that have not been treated, and they have not been cared for. That child needed to be in a hospital before tonight, and you guys did not take him to a hospital.
But you don't think during that time I wanted it? I did.
It doesn't matter if you wanted it or not. It's the fact that you didn't do it.
How do I do it, though, sir, when I have no other way? He has a gun and he'll hold it to your head or he'll hurt you. How do you get away from that?
It's putting your children before yourself. Your fear of physical harm has got to be overridden by your children's safety. It's almost just as bad to sit back and watch and do nothing, though, when you know you could have done something.
But even though Shelley and Christopher have been arrested, many questions remain about what happened tonight and in the weeks leading up to it. And it won't be until investigators sit down with the two for separate interrogations that the full horrors that occurred within their RV will finally come to light.
I'm afraid to talk to you guys about it again. I don't want to hurt myself anymore. I feel like I'm in a big shit combined, and I don't know how I got here. I mean, I know why I'm sitting here. People say that.
The other day you told me that it was something else, and I was just saying that I hurt my baby. I never touched my child.
Who's saying that, though?
They said that's what my charges are. It's all my baby.
You're not charged with that, ma'am. And I'll go ahead and tell you right now, you're not charged with inflicting harm on your child. We are not saying that you are the one that did that.
I never hurt my babies.
We're not accusing you of physically doing the harm, but the fact that in the situation he's in and nobody intervened soon enough to prevent that. So that's kind of where we stand with your charges.
The detectives realize that if they're going to get the true story out of Christopher and Shelley, they'll need to know more about their transient lifestyle.
Where do you guys get the money to put the gas in? And
we had to fly every day. That was like hold a sign and kill us. You know, having to be able to have that normal life to do that hurt. Like every time we would ride down, I'd say, I wish we could stop doing this and I could have a life like these people at this house when I seen it, or we see somebody play and it would affect me, and we always had to do that. Never had a stable life like that.
what did he say when you would ask for a more stable life?
Can't do it. It's better to go. It's better to be on it. We gotta go. We gotta go.
Was he paranoid? And when I say that, was he nervous about other people?
Because he had previous charges, so that people would always try to hurt him because of that, and he was wanted at one time.
Witnesses who ran across the couple say they would often carry signs saying they lost their house in a fire, which may not be entirely false. Shelley's father tells police that Christopher torched the previous camper. The detectives dig deeper into the couple's dynamic, only to find a vault of troubling secrets buried beneath the surface.
So I got a question about the inside of the bathroom door has a little damage. Like
It has a lot of damage right up, man. One day it ripped it apart.
What happened?
I was just angry that day.
Whatever he had at that point, put locked in either the bathroom, and he felt like I was going to leave that night. I'd be where I couldn't leave.
He'd lock in the bathroom. How would he do that?
Like with the lock pin on the door, is where you put up.
And you did that damage, not anyone else?
No. That was when she was going to leave one time over something stupid at her family concert. I don't know. It's a big wreck.
She wasn't inside that bathroom, locked in that bathroom, though?
I don't know. Why was she in the locked in the bathroom? Can't lock any doors anyway. We don't have locks on them.
Would she ever feel like that she couldn't leave?
No, not that I know. Even anytime she wants to leave.
But that's not the picture Shelley paints of their relationship.
Hit me across my eye, punch me here, just jump on top, like if he got real upset, jump on top of me, on top of the bed, and holding the knife to me, even when I was pregnant many a time.
What would he say when he did stuff like that? What kind of comments would he say to you?
You fat bitch, why you gotta look at everybody in the world? And I always kept my head down and turned. I never even looked up to even look at him. You're looking at somebody.
Even at Buc-ee's, police were suspicious that Shelley and Christopher were not exactly equal partners.
I have no doubt that the guy she's battered. I mean, really. I mean, if I would have had to bet my pace, I would say she's battered. He keeps her.
Well, he was born in 81, so he's 40, 41. She's born in 96. Yeah. She's half his age.
It's one. I have no doubt.
Can I ask you, and don't be offended by this, do you have an intellectual disability?
What's happening?
Do you have any type of disability?
Yeah.
You do? What do you have?
I don't know. It's on my paperwork. I just know it's hard for me to do life like normally. I always want to be somebody else because I don't understand. And
so do you get disability checks?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
How have you been spending those?
He spends them. I have no control over money.
So you don't even know where they're going?
Shelley's mother would tell police in a later interview that Shelley's father had been in control of her disability payments until he became overwhelmed with the constant harassment from Christopher about the money. Soon thereafter, she said she believed that Christopher gained complete control over Shelley's finances.
Does anybody get any disability or?
Shelley does, yeah.
She does?
She gets a side.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
How much does she get per month?
I don't remember. Changes.
It changes? Why does it change?
Well, it depends on yearly thing. I don't know. She does all that.
She does all that?
Regardless, the detectives continue to theorize that Christopher is dominant over Shelley, which may help explain something the cops discovered in the RV on the night of the incident.
Hey, sir.
What's up, bud?
Guess what we have?
Hold on.
What y'all got?
Look it. Handcuffs.
Man, those look just like mine.
Handcuffs. What are the handcuffs for?
Someone gave it to me, so that's cool. I know because when I came down there, there was a password for me. The keys were in my wallet. I kept them separate. I had them locked up and things, but I lots of play with them and handcuff everything.
I saw it. Did he use handcuffs for anything?
Huh?
Handcuffs?
Yeah.
What did he use them for?
Put on me there.
So he was holding you there against your will. So he'd handcuff you. Would he handcuff you to anything, or would he just put you in handcuffs?
I just put them on.
Okay. And you said he would tie you up. Would he tie your legs up too?
Sometimes it depends on if he wanted to or not. It was different than right here.
Shelley says that there were additional factors at play, and the detectives listened to one of the most bizarre stories of the night.
And then he'll be on that meth. He'll be like, hush. And I said, it's not his fault. He's a child. He can talk.
He said he'll be on what?
Okay, like he'll be on the drug, the meth.
So Christopher uses meth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that often?
Well, it went to every day now. It used to be every so often. every 6 to 8 months, and now it's basically
Every day? Did you use any meth?
not willingly when he put it in me, and it was twice, and it's been recently, and he wanted me to start talking about that it was no good, it would be better for us, and then he put it in twice, pushed it.
Okay. Was it powder or a rock?
I don't know.
Do you remember what it looked like?
I know he did a card, but when he did it, but he didn't do that when he did it, but I think it was harder.
It was hard when you put it in? Did it hurt?
It hurt, it burned.
Okay.
Did he ever do that with the children at all?
No, I do know. It's just me. He said it would enhance the sex.
And Shelley told us that both you and her had used methamphetamine, and that can make you act outside of your normal.
That was before all that.
Well,
Like
you
that
could do
day?
things that you forget about doing, stuff that you normally wouldn't do.
But
if
we
you
were
didn't.
doing this before this happened.
Like the day before?
Like weeks before. Like a week
Oh.
before, 3, 4. I mean, we didn't do it for 3, 4 days before that happened.
In addition to the use of illicit substances, the investigators are also concerned about the firearms in the RV, which shouldn't be there considering Christopher's background, which came up at the scene.
You got camo on you, do hunt Netler? You don't?
Yeah, for the most part, legally. I'm a felon, I can't fucking hold a gun.
You guys have a firearm inside of the camper as well.
She has several.
But you're not allowed to have access to any firearms.
No, I don't know. That's her.
Yeah, but you still can't be in there with them.
It means that you can't have the way that where the firearm was located at. You have easy access to, because I mean it's in a camper.
It's in her home.
Correct, but you can if you were residing there, you cannot have access to that firearm. It's an open, easy access where it was found.
According to Shelley, Christopher not only had access to the firearms, he would use them.
He was holding a gun to her. That's why he saved me.
So he was holding you hostage?
He's been holding me hostage, and then he said, "If you don't come back to me, if you go to your dad, and then I get out, I'm coming for all of you. And I know you love your dad the most, and I'll kill him first." And it's always been a threat.
At Buc-ee's, Shelley told police that this wouldn't be the last time Christopher wielded a firearm.
He shot the gun in the camper the other day.
Really?
I don't know what he hit.
Okay.
I wanted to get away, but he takes the keys, he watches the keys in the holes in the wall. He said he hit the ground. So I seen the bullet fly was standing near.
These disturbing stories paint the picture of an erratic family life, one that Shelley has discussed in the past in text messages with Christopher's ex, Megan. After Shelley talks about the lengths she's gone through to fight some of Christopher's previous charges, Megan warns her, "Just be careful, I dealt with a hell of a lot of abuse at his hands. He's the reason I conceal carry. Do what's best for you and the kids, but always stay safe." But Shelley tells her that he has changed. With what they've seen over the last couple of days, the detectives question that conclusion.
The other boys also have bruising.
Oh, they fucking roughhouse play. They're scratched through a dog jumps on where the dogs told them down. Yeah, they're boys.
They're boys. I don't have boys, I have girls.
They just think probably I don't know, once the last year, like a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
He's really good. Roughhouse and jumps, literally gets up on everything, climbs on the thing in the middle, swings and tries to jump into the middle of the island of the camper, falls all the time. He's a monkey, yeah, so he's bruised up, I guarantee you.
Gets up on the counters and he falls, he hits everything, toys. The wooden thing has a nail in it where it's broke. He hits that with his legs, climbing up and down the dash constantly.
How old is he?
He is almost 2.
With that, the detectives turn their attention to something that police have questioned since the moment they arrived at Buc-ee's: the homemade cast around the 8-month-old baby's leg. Shelley insists once again that the injury was a result of her older child jumping on the baby in the playpen.
It was already wrapped. How'd that happen?
He jumped in on him, is what Chris said.
Well, we know that's not true.
Yeah.
So we know the type of...
But I wasn't around for the rib or any of that. Well, I would have known. Dude, I wrapped his leg and I said, we need to take him to the doctor. His leg's hurt. It's hurt. It should have spring, it'll heal it. But he's hurting. I didn't know about the rib. But I knew about the leg because it was swell. I wanted to take it. You just know what the fuck you're always talking about. Don't you? we're not taking him nowhere. He'll tell you his leg and he'll just hush. And then he started getting mad and I just...
So
And he never went to the hospital for that ride.
For a leg?
Yes, ma'am.
No, she tried to take him and Chris wouldn't let her.
I probably should have gone to the hospital now I think about it, but...
According to news reports, medical experts identified the break in the baby's leg as a bucket handle fracture, an injury known to pediatric physicians as a possible sign of intentional harm.
And the way it's described to us on how you obtain this type of fracture is either a child being shook and the foot dangling at a rapid rate, or the child being upside down and then grabbing the ankle and shaking him. Do you ever play with the boys and like maybe flip them upside down, or I mean,
yeah, of course I do.
Okay.
Toss them in the air.
Has any of them or either of the younger ones ever cried when you've done that?
Maybe a couple times, and then I stopped and asked them to come to them, yeah.
This is what he tried to the leg.
Yeah.
And that's what he tried to cast his swollen leg with.
Yeah.
And he did that himself with stuff that he bought. Where did he get that stuff from?
You know.
You guys tried to treat his leg yourself, right?
Man, start failure. It doesn't mean we fucking killed their sons.
I don't know why you keep saying that. Because he is not dead.
I feel like yes, 'cause I don't know nothing about what's going on.
But I've told you multiple times that he's not dead and that they're just giving him medical
It's because
assistance.
what I thought I heard someone say yesterday to me was that they want to unplug his life support. So to me,
Who said that to you?
But while the baby's broken leg is of the utmost concern to the investigators, it's far from the only injury they observed.
Garrett just called and goes, I don't know if he got pictures or not, but, he's got bruising all over his head. I said, yeah. He goes, the way they described it is it looked like somebody grabbed him by the top of the head like a claw machine.
Look at the top of that head. See the top of that head? Somebody's hitting that head. Those are not,
I know he flicks him and
Who flicks him?
Christopher.
He flicks him?
Yeah.
Like,
Stop crying.
no, how hard does he flick him?
Like, can I do it to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or maybe not. I'm not as hard as a man.
Seems kind of cruel to do that to a baby.
Yeah.
something like this, like that, that'd get bruised on?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially a child that young.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So I heard my son didn't know it.
Those potentially could be from that. They could potentially be from that.
Will I be in trouble for something like that now? Probably.
The answers thus far have raised many red flags, but the most important questions, the ones about how the baby wound up in critical condition, are still to come.
So you said that he fell. Where did he fall from?
Counter to the floor.
Christopher says that after Shelley went to lie down with the other boys, he prepared to give the baby a bath in the kitchen sink.
When I get up, I go in front, smoke by the window, go back to my scratches, and I shit, the water's gonna get cold, and I turn the paint on again. I go out there and I set it on the counter. Now the sink had stuff in it. You know, and I said move one stuff to one side, and I can't show you because of the cough, but imagine my one hand on his belly, he said on his little legs hanging, I'm holding him, I got him like this. And I'm putting out the sink, putting stuff over, you know. And I kicked the water, so I had a couple things I was gonna rinse it off and throw it in. And he jerked. And I don't know why he jerked at the time. He jerked and slipped the ground. I went to grab him, and when I did, I went to swoop him. I mean, I couldn't catch him. He fell in my grip. I went to swoop down to get him. And then his head hit really hard on the side of it. That's all I know. His head hit his neck back. And
which side do you think the head? Which side of his head do you think?
His left side, I'm pretty sure.
Left side?
I'm pretty sure, yes, ma'am. I mean, at that time, I don't remember it too well. I mean, it happens like that. After that, it all seems like my fault. I did absolutely nothing right.
Well, so
I yelled, Shelley, get up, because she was sleeping now. I think get up, please, somebody help me.
I think from that point, so I do think that there's a lot of truth.
No, man, I said, please help me. Then she started yelling at herself, said, don't do that. She goes, I never went to sleep. I should never went to sleep. Why, Shelley, nothing happened. It's just an accident, please. Go get help. That's all I have to do is go get help, please. Just go get help.
But Shelley says a couple of things aroused her suspicions when she woke up and saw what was happening.
Well, I wasn't there a towel up, but when I woke up and he said that to me. I dropped him, and I was going to give him a bath. Why didn't you have the sink cleared?
Why was there a towel?
What was in the sink after you gave the other two children a bath?
Well, I gave them a bath in the tub.
Okay.
I don't know what was all in the sink, but I'm going to tell you right now, I think I always had something in it. You would have had to clear it out.
After the fall, Chris says he did everything he could to revive the baby.
This is the part that scares me the most. When I was doing CPR and I went to push, this is the guy that drew. I plugged his nose, went to push, and air would not go backwards. His lungs would not come up. I swear to God. His lungs would not fill up. It felt like I hit a wall.
That's really common.
No, I thought that's why he jerked. He's choking. I flipped him around. Tried to do the Heimlich maneuver. Nothing came out. Nothing came out. So I went to do CPR. And when I pushed a couple more, I said, I didn't get that. So man, I just pushed a little harder. I'm not doing it hard enough. And I kept pushing it. Blood came out. Yellow stuff came out. I said, I fucked my son up.
Christopher continues to describe how he went to extraordinary lengths to provide aid to the baby.
I know when I went to put him right down here, it was slippery because he had all this stuff coming out. I swear when I moved him over to the carpet area, we have a pair of stairs that come up. He fell on the stairs. I picked him up. I even put him upside down, tapped on him. I want to hear him cry. Please cry. Please, I kept saying, cry, make a noise, cry. You know, like they do sounds stupid, but in the movies, they'll slam them on their bottom or their feet, make a baby cry.
Yeah.
I tried, it didn't work. He didn't cry.
Christopher gave several demonstrations of his aggressive rescue efforts at Buc-ee's as well, drawing a certain amount of skepticism from the police on scene.
He may know something about CPR, and he's using the choking thing where you strike the baby on the back as an excuse for the abuse.
In her interview, Shelley backs up Christopher's version of events.
He has some pretty bad injuries, okay? Some injuries that would indicate to us that he was either slammed on the ground or shook. Okay? And
when I walked in there, we think called the ambulance that night. When I got that jumped up out of bed, he was moving and shaking all over the place. I can't tell you what side to side or what way, but
he was?
Yeah, with the baby. Breathe, just going crazy.
Well, where was he at?
And all over the living room, but they were in the living room and kitchen. Please breathe, don't stop on me. And I ran out the door and called for help.
In a forensic interview, Shelley's older child said his baby brother was in the hospital because, quote, my daddy whooped him. When asked how the baby was whooped, he said that his father smacked him on the floor. Back in the interrogation room, the couple is asked again about the baby's other injuries, none of which could have been caused by even the most violent CPR attempts.
So I understand that you're saying that he fell, and I'm not questioning that. There are marks on the bottom of his feet, on the heels of his feet, and it's not a common injury. And we're trying to figure out where those came from.
We don't know.
Did you guys see them though?
Yes.
So you did know about them?
Yes.
He got in a walker and scuffed his feet and the toes, I know, about 3 weeks ago because he had a walker and he was trying to push.
So these
and her toes started bleeding, I know.
The toes,
but
we're being told that he's got some markings back here on the feet.
On the heel.
Yeah.
It would be like if he tried to do that, he would immediately stop because it would hurt too much. The way you're explaining
I know it's toes.
So we're being told that either one of two things: a laceration where somebody hit him with something, or a burn where somebody has burned him.
Shelley can't explain the foot injuries, but Christopher is about to add another suspect to the list, his 2-year-old son.
I know a lot of it. I'm jealous of him. He will jump in his crib. He will hit him. I don't know if he has a scar right here where with a knife. Yep. Because he got him out of the crib. He'll hit the baby with lots of toys all the time. All the time. Every time we turn our back, he's in that playpen trying to take that bottle. And he bops them all the lines.
So these bruises on hands, do you see them here?
Yeah.
So where would something like that come from? These are the bruises. You see them? It looks to me like somebody squeezed his hand.
Maybe when he was squeezing him and jerking him around that night.
No, these are different stages of healing. You see, this one is
Yeah.
Black and blue. This one is red. This one is really dark. This one is more green.
I've seen these on his head, but I've never seen them on his hands.
Okay, well, let's look at his arm. Look at that bruise.
Mm-hmm. That's because he was always in a onesie, too, though, and Trina had him.
Long sleeve onesie?
Yeah, covered the feet and hands for a while. He wouldn't let him wear nothing else.
But the excuses are doing little to further the case for innocence, particularly since this isn't the first time something like this has happened.
We lost our other son. We was at my dad's house.
Mm-hmm.
And we woke up.
You lost your other son?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
He was 2019, I think. Yeah.
According to a 2019 report from the sheriff's office in Brantley County, Georgia, EMTs arrived at the house of Daryl Brooks, Shelley's father, in response to a call about an infant not breathing. Shelley told police that she'd breastfed her newborn baby before falling asleep with the baby and Christopher in the bed next to her. Police note that the nearby crib was occupied by a machete and a baseball bat. Christopher woke up later to find the baby unresponsive and called 911. At the hospital, the doctor determined that the child had been injured while feeding, appearing to have suffocated on his mother's breast.
Ultimately, what happened when Dakota passed away?
What do you mean?
Did they, what did they do for you guys? Did they say, hey, you know, this is where we're at? What happened? Did you have to make a choice to say?
Oh, yeah.
You did?
They told me it would be 30 minutes that he would be breathing for it. Let him go because there was no oxygen or whatever. Everything was gone or something like that.
So
basically, they told me it was it would be better to let him go. And then it took me a while to make that choice. When I did, he lasted for 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Though Shelley's parents suspect that Christopher killed the baby in 2019, neither he nor Shelley faced any charges, and it was ruled a case of sudden infant death syndrome, according to Shelley. While the detectives can't dismiss that piece of dark history, everyone's primary concern is with the baby currently in the hospital.
What's going on with my baby?
Well,
Honestly, what is really happening with my baby?
like we said, he has the fractures, the healing fractures. He is being assisted with medical assist where they have him, helping him breathe, making sure that
he... Is there a chance that he can pull through?
I don't know. They didn't tell us that. He's not in the best condition. I'll tell you that. He could be in a better condition.
Could he make it out? Could he be able to live this earth with us? I'm
not a doctor, so I can't tell you that. I don't know that answer.
The detective makes it clear, though, that Shelley will have to separate herself from Christopher.
Coming to an end, separating from him, this is going to be the hardest thing you ever do.
I know it's been really hard. I wanted to do it so bad before now. Even last time, I'm not going back. I'll right back.
You got to just be strong for yourself. And when you're not strong enough for yourself, be strong for your kids, okay?
And Christopher, meanwhile, prepares for the worst.
If he was to die, it's going to hurt twice. I lose my son. I lose my freedom.
Sadly, on February 4th, 2022, 8-month-old Cody Palmer is pronounced dead at the hospital at 4:46 a.m., 5 days after the incident in the RV. The coroner rules his death to be caused by a traumatic brain injury. The tragic outcome is undoubtedly the last result anyone wanted, including the officers who responded that first night, who were already struggling with the horrors they'd seen.
I know you got small kids. Are you okay with this?
I mean, I won't lie. Like, I teared up a second. Like, it hurts, man.
I know. Me too.
So.
Me too. Turner's got a baby at the house, man. We're gonna talk. All of us are gonna talk.
Yes, sir.
All of us are gonna talk. But yeah, this is why we do what we do right here. Evil exists, and our job is to make sure we get it under control. And so, we can't do anything to stop what's happened to baby boy, but we can stop what's happening to everybody else involved.
According to news reports, the couple's older 2 children were placed in foster care, where they remain together.
I've been around kids my whole life. I've never a kid. I've always loved my children and other children. I wasn't even a party. I would watch everybody else's kids.
We think that we know that you love your babies, and I think that the hardest part is the the fear that you had in this domestic situation prevented you from doing what mothers need to do, and that is protect our babies, right?
It did. Because you don't have to be hurried if I would have went back. I went to shelter. I never did that. I put me and them kids through a lot to have at home, even though it wasn't denied. And I gave it all up to go back.
Well, you know what? Let's look forward from here. What can we do to help you? What can we do that's best for all of the children?
Even my family said on that phone, I told you not to go back. I told you.
On the night of Shelley's arrest, Detective Richards echoed the sentiment without mincing words.
Do or die.
Yeah.
You either save your kids or die trying.
Exactly.
So, it is what it is.
Shelley Rooks was booked on first-degree cruelty to children, felony aggravated assault, and second-degree murder. According to news reports, however, she was deemed incompetent to stand trial and is unlikely to face prosecution in Cody's death.
I've never seen nobody as violent as Chris.
You've never?
Never. I've always had good people around me better than my daddy got angry and stuff.
Not like this.
Not like this. This was a monster.
It takes a village, but it takes a good village.
You guys were strong enough to go through it once. I believe that God doesn't give you more than what you can handle, right?
There twice. And be in prison.
Christopher Palmer was booked on first-degree cruelty to children, aggravated assault, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, felony murder, and malice murder. According to news accounts, the jury deliberated for only an hour and a half before convicting him in November 2024 of those charges, in addition to malice murder. Reports say he was sentenced to life in prison plus 10 years, with no possibility of parole.
She cried for herself. She cried because her family had abandoned her to the burden of raising them. She cried because she was caught. "Y'all are going to see me on the news," she had told Officer Bowman. "Y'all are going to see me make my big paper." She was right. She was on the news, but not for fame. She was the face of a nightmare that the officers of Baltimore County would never be able to scrub from their memories. Chapter 7. Judgment. The legal process was slow, a grinding machine of justice. Nicole Michelle Johnson was indicted on Catter's criminal counts: first-degree child abuse, resulting in death, neglect, assault. The evidence was overwhelming. The video of the traffic stop, the confession, the autopsies that showed the brutal truth of starvation and trauma. En Auguste 13, 2024, Nicole stood before the court. The defiance was gone. The delusions of big paper were gone. She pleaded guilty to 2 counts of first-degree child abuse resulting in death. In February 2025, the sentence was handed down: life in prison. The judge looked at her, a woman who had carried her victims in her trunk for a year, who had listened to a dying boy ask to be led down, and then went to smoke a cigarette. "Life," the judge said. Nicole was led away. The doors of the transport van slammed shut, sealing her in a darkness not unlike the trunk of her car. But this time, she was the one trapped inside. In the parking lot of the impound lot, under the hot sun, the sedan sat rusting. The smell was gone now, scrubbed away by chemicals and time. But for Officer Bowman, and for everyone who opened that trunk, the scent would linger forever, a ghost in the olfactory memory, a reminder of the night the routine stopped, and the darkness looked back. The weight of silence. Bah. Ye. The interim. The other room. While Nicole sat in the interrogation room bargaining with her own guilt, a few doors down, the air was thick with a different kind of desperation. Beb, legal name Kazadi, sat on the edge of a metal chair, the cold seeping through her clothes. She was the collateral damage of the evening, a passenger in a vehicle that was essentially a hearse, yet she seemed genuinely oblivious to the horror she had been riding shotgun with. Officer Bowman stood by the door, his patience fraying at the edges. The night had already been too long, and Beeb's confusion was looping in circles. So why would he have put it? Bibi asked, her voice high and frantic. She was trying to make sense of an arrest. She didn't understand. Bowman rubbed his temples. Ma'am, they're going to ask you that question about 3, 4 times. And I've told you the same answer about 3, 4 times, he said, his voice flat. You are in police custody. You're going to be here for a while. Beb shifted, wincing. Can I go to the hospital then? She asked suddenly. Bowman blinked, taken aback by the pivot. What is your health complaint? Madam, because my knee hurts. I'm not feeling good, she insisted, clutching her leg. To Bowman, she looked fine, conscious, breathing, alert. But in the holding cell, minor discomforts magnified into emergencies. He tried to explain the reality of her situation. If you choose to go to the hospital, you'll need to wear shackles, he told her sternly. Point blank, period. It's not up for debate. The threat of shackles worked. Bibi recoiled. No. I changed my mind, she said quickly. I bet you that I know my pain. I'm gonna run. Oops. What? Bowman asked, unsure if he'd heard a threat or a figure of speech due to her thick accent. If they're questioning me for something, I know my pain. But they better let me go, she muttered. She stood up, pacing the small room, her anxiety manifesting physically. She claimed she needed to stretch her legs, but Bowman saw it for what it was, the fight or flight response of a caged animal. I'm going to tell you one more time to sit down, Bowman warned, stepping forward. Madame, if I get out of this chair, I'm going to put you back in that chair, and you're not going to like me. Beb sat, defeated. Let me make a phone call. Let me see what I'm here for, she pleaded. And then, you guys are holding me with nothing. You are detained. End of story, Bowman said. He tried to introduce a moment of levity, or perhaps just exhaustion. My name is Officer Golang, and I approve this message. Bowman? You're not Bowman, Babe said, squinting at his chest. I got a name tag on my chest that says the exact same thing. It's not Bowman. It's Bowling, he corrected her, though the transcript of the night would record the confusion forever. Beb remained in the room, a woman detained for proximity to evil, unaware that in the room next door, Nicole was beginning to peel back the layers of a year-long nightmare. Chapter 9. The Ghosts in the Hotel. The investigation moved outward from the precinct, tracing the erratic path Nicole had cut through Maryland. Detectives arrived at a budget hotel where Nicole had recently stayed. The room was a testament to a transient, chaotic life. But it was what they didn't find that chilled them. There were no children's clothes, no toothbrushes, no small shoes kicking around near the door. What they did find were 2 strange artifacts sitting on the dresser, watching the empty room. 2 rose bears' styrofoam shapes covered in faux flowers. One was blue, one was pink. Around their necks, ribbons were tied with a gold-scripted message. Always and forever. I think they're like memorials, one investigator said, his voice low, in the quiet room. Like, after they're gone. I mean, it's boys and a girl, another detective replied, looking at the color coding. Is that for them? The bears? It was a macabre shrine. Nicole had been living in this room, sleeping in this bed, while her niece and nephew rotted in the trunk of her car in the parking lot. She had bought bears to remember them. Even as she refused to bury them, the timeline began to take a horrific shape. The little girl, Jocelyn, had likely died in May of 2020, over a year ago. The little boy, Larry, had died around May of 2021, 2 months before the traffic stop. Nicole had been living with the dead for 14 months. Investigators pulled the text logs from Nicole's phone. They painted a picture of a sister, Deshelle, desperate to see her children, and an aunt, Nicole, spinning a web of deceit. In April 2020, and nearly a year after, Jocelyn was already dead and stuffed in a suitcase. Deshelle had texted Nicole, "Thank you for taking care of them so well." Nicole had accepted the praise. She had accepted the money Deshelle sent. She had replied to the texts, keeping the illusion alive while the reality decomposed in the heat of her trunk. Chapter 10. Honey, can you lay me down? Back in the interrogation room, the detective needed to understand the end. He needed to hear, from Nicole's own lips, how a 5-year-old boy dies in a hotel room without anyone calling 911. Nicole was smoking again, the ash growing long on her cigarette. She spoke of Larry, the boy she called Stink, with a detached fondness that made the detective's skin crawl. He didn't even want to go anywhere else, she insisted, trying to frame herself as his favorite person. As much as I tried to push him off, he just wanted to be with me. So, what led to the next incident with the other child? The detective pressed. Nicole's eyes drifted. I honestly don't know, because it was like 1 minute we was playing. I think something hit him in the leg. Yeah, but that wouldn't cause him to die, the detective countered, his skepticism plain. I thought it was like a main artery or something, Nicole offered, grasping for medical terms she didn't understand. For medical terms, Nicole artery. She described seeing blood on his thigh. She admitted she had swung on him because he was playing with something he shouldn't have. But she claimed she couldn't remember what it was. She never took his pants off to check the wound. She never cleaned it. She just saw the blood and yelled at him. Then came the moment that would haunt the case file forever. He was just like getting drowsy, Nicole said softly. Like, just getting drowsy. The last thing he said. The detective prompted. He said, "Honey, can you lay me down?" Nicole recalled. The room went silent. "What's that?" the detective asked. Needing to be sure, he said, "Honey, can you lay me down?" She repeated, because he was sitting up in the chair. And I said, "Yeah, honey." And I went to smoke, Nicole said. She went to smoke, while the 5-year-old boy, battered, bleeding internally, and starving, felt his life slipping away and asked for rest. His aunt went to have a cigarette, and I turned back around. She continued, and it was like, "Stay, stay, stay," and he would not answer me. She didn't call 911. She didn't scream for help. She placed him in the tote bin. She wrapped him in plastic, and she put him in the car with his sister. Chapter 11. The weight of the truth. The physical evidence told a story Nicole tried to hide. The medical examiner's report was a catalogue of systematic neglect. Jocelyn, at age 7, weighed only 18 pounds. You think that's after all it is? Because they were not tiny, Nicole argued when confronted with the numbers. They ate all the time. They ate all the time. They ate everything. I didn't starve them, though. She lied. I didn't starve them, but doctors knew better. It takes months of starvation to reduce a 7-year-old to 18 pounds. This wasn't a sudden tragedy. It was a slow, grinding erasure of 2 lives. Nicole tried to deflect the blame to her sister, Deshelle. She painted herself as the martyr who stepped up when the mother failed. She left her kids literally with me selling my eggs, Nicole complained, her voice rising in indignation. I used to have to yell at the mother about washing them. I used to have to yell at her about everything. I've been raising kids all my life so much. They thought they were actually mine, she said, leaning forward. I'ma wait until my niece and nephew to kill some? The detective let her talk. Every word was another nail in the coffin of her defense. She was indignant. She was self-righteous. And she was utterly devoid of the grief that should have shattered her. I just love you. I just love you, she had whispered to herself earlier in the holding room, rocking back and forth. But it wasn't clear if she was talking to the children or comforting the only person she truly seemed to care about, herself. Document. Chapter 12. The Sister's Plea. The Sister's Plea. Outside the interrogation room, the reality of the family dynamics began to surface. Deshelle, the mother of the children, was not just a distant figure. She had been funding Nicole. She had been asking to see her children. Text message showed Deshelle asking, repeatedly, to visit. She wanted the children to meet their new sibling. But Nicole always had an excuse. She blocked the visits. She hid the truth. Following the arrest, the media circus began. Rumor swirled that Deshelle had launched multiple GoFundMe campaigns to raise money for burials campaigns that were later deleted, raising even more questions about the family that had failed these children so completely. Nicole's mother, the children's grandmother, even emailed public officials. She didn't write to condemn Nicole. She wrote to criticize the social workers in Deshelle, pleading for intervention to protect her remaining grandchild, seemingly blind to the monster her daughter Nicole had become. It was a cycle of dysfunction that had ended in the trunk of a car on a dark Maryland road. Chapter 3. Finality. The case concluded not with a bang, but with the scratching of a pen on a plea deal. On le 13 août 2024, Nicole Michelle Johnson pleaded guilty. She admitted to the first-degree child abuse that resulted in the deaths of Jocelyn and Larry. The sentencing in February 2025 was the final act. The judge sentenced her to life in prison, with all but 5 years suspended. Nicole would grow old in a cell. She would have decades to think about the rose bears on the dresser. She would have a lifetime to hear the echo of a 5-year-old boy asking, "Honey, can you lay me down?" And, somewhere in an impound lot, a 20-year-old car with fake tags sat silent, the only true witness to the months and months of horror that had unfolded on its back seat. The light Nicole had searched for on the side of the road. Where is the light? Yo. Like, where is the light? Was never coming. She had extinguished it herself, 2 years ago, in a hotel room, with her own hands. Chapter Cath. The Silent Passenger. The precinct was cold, a sharp contrast to the humid, rot-scented air of the traffic stop. In holding room B, the woman known as BB sat in a plastic chair, her mind a whirlwind of confusion. She had been the passenger, the silent observer to a horror. She didn't seem to comprehend. She didn't seem to comprehend. Officer Bowling stood by the door, exhausted, his patience wearing thin as the night stretched into early morning. "So what's my right?" Babe asked, her voice thick, with an accent that made the officers lean in to understand. "So you're just going to lock somebody up with no right?" "Mom." Bowling sighed. He had explained this. "You are in police custody. You are going to be sitting right there in handcuffs until somebody with an equal rank comes to me and tells me to do something else." Beb shifted, her heavy frame uncomfortable in the hard chair. "Do I kill somebody?" she asked suddenly, her eyes wide. "Do I kill somebody?" The question hung in the air, absurd and tragic. She genuinely didn't know. The officers had already noted that she appeared totally retarded or at least significantly cognitively delayed, a fact Nicole had screamed at them earlier to try and save her friend. "I don't know," Bowling deflected. What I do know is you're going to be in handcuffs, in that chair, until someone says otherwise. Beb pooted, looking around the stark room. What is your health complaint, madame? Because my knee hurts. I'm not feeling good, she whined. Bowling looked her over. She was conscious, breathing, and had just walked from the car without a limp. To me, you look fine, he said. The back and forth continued. A surreal comedy in the shadow of a double homicide. Beebe demanded water, then refused the hospital when she learned she would have to wear shackles to the bed. I changed my mind, she announced. I bet you that I know my pain. I'm gonna run. Bowling blinked. Oops. What? I'm gonna run, she repeated, almost childishly. If they're questioning me for something, I know my pain. But they better let me go. It'd be in your best interest not to move on. Another officer warned, tightening the handcuffs. While Beebe wrestled with the inconvenience of detention, a much darker scene was playing out in the adjacent room. Nicole Michelle Johnson was unraveling. Left alone, Nicole began to rock back and forth. The silence of the room was a canvas for her guilt. She spoke to the empty air, her voice a low, frantic murmur. I knew it was the reason why I felt like shit, she whispered, her eyes fixed on the floor. I knew it was the reason. She thought about the dirty blankets in the trunk, the secret she had carried, from hotel to hotel. We just kept going through shit. So I said, I can't take no more. Look, since I said I can't take no more, here we go. Much, much more. The smell of decomposition coming off her clothes was becoming a physical problem for the station. It wasn't just dirty laundry. It was the molecular breakdown of human tissue. A scent that triggered a primal alarm in everyone who walked past. An officer entered, holding a can of odor-eliminating spray. He doused the air, the chemical mist settling over Nicole, who didn't even flinch. It wasn't enough. Minutes later, they dragged in a loud, humming air scrubber to cycle the room's atmosphere. Nicole looked up at the officer, a strange clarity breaking through her mumbling. Is there a such thing as a death penalty still? She asked. The officer posed. Certain state has it. Not this one? I don't think so, he replied. Nicole nodded, staring back at the floor. We need to have it, she whispered. I don't think I would have known. The black and yellow bin. Back at the impound lot. The sedan sat under the glare of floodlights. It looked innocuous, a beat-up older model car with fake tags. But the trunk was a crime scene of nightmares. Homicide Detective had taken over. They knew about the girl in the suitcase. The 5-year-old white child they had initially thought was there turned out to be a 7-year-old girl, Jocelyn Mary James Johnson. The decomposition had been so severe, the skin discoloration so profound, that the officers on the scene had misidentified her race and age. But something else was wrong. The officers on the scene had felt it, a heaviness in the air, a sense that the suitcase wasn't the only secret. We need to verify. We don't know what this is, one officer had said earlier, cutting through the layers. Now, with the suitcase removed, the detectives turned their attention to the rest of the hoard. Buried beneath the bags, beneath the same trash bags and blankets that had hidden Jocelyn, was a large plastic tote. It was black, with a yellow lid. They pried it open. The smell intensified, if that was even possible. Inside, wrapped in the same meticulous, horrifying layers of plastic and bedding, were the remains of a second child. It was a boy. The body was tiny. Even in death, he looked fragile. He was still wearing his pajamas Paw Patrol. This was Larry Donnell O'Neill. He was 5 years old. The detectives stepped back, the weight of the discovery settling on them. This wasn't just a panic-induced concealment of an accident. This was a pattern, a graveyard on wheels. Back at the station, the lead detective walked into the interrogation room. He carried a notepad and a heaviness that filled the small space. Nicole looked up. There? I want you to help me out to find out how these children ended up like this, he said, his voice level. Nicole blinked. Children? Both? She hadn't realized they found the bin. She thought perhaps the suitcase had been enough to distract them. But there was no hiding Stink now. The discovery of a second child came only after homicide detectives began sorting through Nicole's belongings, the report would later say. But for Nicole, the moment was immediate. Me and my kids, we was living in the car, she confessed. Her defense crumbling, like we was sleeping around with the bodies in my car. It was okay, and the whole time I had them. The detective sat down. Nicole lit a cigarette, her hand shaking slightly. He didn't even want to go anywhere else, she said, her voice sounding far away. Like, as much as I tried to push him off, he just wanted to be with me. She spoke of him with a twisted sort of affection, even as she described the neglect that killed him. I think something hit him in the leg, she said, vague and evasive. I didn't see the thing that was in his leg until it was like. I think something hit him in the leg, she said from 95. I think something hit him in the leg. I think something hit him in the leg. I didn't see the thing. I didn't see the thing that was like. And then when I started looking at his clothes, there was bloody. Was the blood dripping? The detective asked, only way that I noticed it. I started trying to stink, 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 stink. She mimicked waking him up. The medical examiner would later find internal bleeding around his knee and elbow, suggesting trauma, but no deep lacerations that would explain a fatal bleed-out. The truth was slower, more painful. He had likely died of the same thing his sister had: abuse and profound neglect. He was just like getting drowsy, Nicole continued, the memory surfacing. Like just getting drowsy. She took a drag of the cigarette. The last thing he said, honey, can you lay me down? The detective stopped writing. He asked you to lay him down? Yes, because he was sitting up in the chair. He said, honey, can you lay me down? And I said, yeah, honey. And I went to smoke. And I turned back around, and it was like, stay, 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 stay. And he would not answer me. She had laid him down on the back seat. And then, like his sister before him, she had packed him away. And this was about 2 months ago? The detective asked. This was about 2 months ago? I think May. Nicole answered. I think May. So he should be sitting there for months and months and months, the officer noted, echoing her earlier words, the weight of a ghost. The timeline was becoming a map of horrors. Jocelyn had died first. Nicole admitted it happened around May of 2020, over a year before the traffic stop. Nicole admitted it happened. Admitted happened to the first of Philly 7. I gave her a beating, Nicole stated flatly. And then the next thing I know, she just wasn't saying anything. She described striking the child, the girl falling and hitting her head on the extremely hard floor. Instead of calling 9 centones, Nicole had tried to bump her chest, then simply laid in bed with the corpse. For 14 months, Nicole Johnson had traveled from hotel to hotel, the Quality Inn, the Days Inn, carrying her niece in a suitcase. But the physical evidence told a story of starvation that words couldn't capture. It's gotta be a 3 or 4 year old, The officer at the scene had guessed, looking at the small body. The girl was, according to your timeline, about 6 years old when this happened? The detective asked Nicole, looking at the autopsy notes. Yes, and she only weighed 6 pounds. The detective said, the number, landing heavy, in the room. 18 pounds. The weight of a robust infant. Not a school-aged child. You think that's after all it is? Because they were not tiny, Nicole argued. Delusional. You see them in the pictures. The boy was only vinked, on pounds. I don't see how. Because they ate all the time, she insisted. They ate all the time. They ate everything. Did you starve them? The detective pressed. No, I didn't, she snapped. I didn't starve them. Doctors would later confirm that it would have taken several months of malnourishment for the children to reach such catastrophic weights. They had wasted away right in front of her, hidden in plain sight in cheap hotel rooms where neighbors heard the screaming but never saw the children. Investigators later went to the hotel room where Nicole had been staying just before the arrest. There were no children's clothes, no toys, no food for them. All they found were 2 stuffed animals and 2 rose bears, one pink, one blue with ribbons that read always and forever. I think they're like memorials, like, after they're gone, an investigator noted, looking at the bears. It's boys and a girl. Is that for them? Nicole had created a shrine to the children she had killed, replacing the living, breathing beings with styrofoam bears, while the real children turned to dust in her trunk. In the interrogation room, the reality of her situation began to close in. She wasn't the victim. She wasn't the savior who took the kids from her sister. She was the executioner. Y'all are going to see me on the news, she had told Officer Bowling on the side of the road. Y'all are going to see me make my big paper. She was right. The news would come. But there would be no big paper. Only a cell, and the ghosts of 2 children, who weighed less combined than a single suitcase. I just love you. I just love you, she muttered to herself, rocking in the chair, her mind retreating into the darkness, where she could still pretend she was a good aunt. But outside, the officers were writing up the charges. 1st-degree child abuse, resulting in death. Neglect. Disposal of a body. 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 Disposal. The unforgiving night was over. But the nightmare had just been exposed. And Chapter 1. The stop. The humidity in Essex, Maryland, hing heavy on the night of le 28 juillet 2021. It was the kind of thick, suffocating air that made uniforms stick to skin and turned the flashing red and blue lights of the cruiser into blurred streaks against the dark asphalt. Officer Bowling adjusted his grip on the steering wheel. It was just after 11 de l'après-midi, a routine patrol, a routine night, or so he told himself. Up ahead, a sedan was drifting, moving with the careless haste of someone either intoxicated or hiding something. He clocked the speed well over the 35 limit. He hit the lights. The sedan pulled over, tires crunching against the gravel shoulder. Bowling sighed, unbuckling his seatbelt. He approached the vehicle with the practiced caution of a Baltimore County officer, flashlight cutting a beam through the darkness. "How you doing?" Bowling asked, leaning down toward the driver's window. The woman behind the wheel was small, her eyes darting nervously. This was Nicole Michelle Johnson, 33 years old. Beside her sat a passenger, a heavier woman who stared ahead with a vacant, confused expression. "All right. Nicole stammered. You got your license and registration on you? You know why? I pulled you over. Nicole shook her head, her hands fluttering over the steering wheel. No, speed limit is 35. And you was doing well over, Bowling said, his voice flat. Oh, I'm sorry. I swear I only thought I was going courant. Nicole lead, the words tumbling out too fast. She handed over a state ID, not a license. Bowling took it and walked back to his cruiser. The air around the car felt wrong. Not just the heat, there was a faint, sickly undertone to the breeze, something sweet and cloying that pricked at the back of his throat. He shook it off. Essex in the summer smelled like swamp and exhaust. Inside the cruiser, the computer system spat out the truth. The car wasn't registered. The tags were fake paper printed off the internet to look legit. Nicole Johnson had no license. He walked back to the car. The smell was stronger now. So you don't have a driver's license? He asked. No, Nicole whispered. Okay. And also this vehicle is not even registered. Those tags in there are fake tags, Bowling said, shining his light into the back seat. It was piled high trash bags, blankets, pillows, a warding situation on wheels. This car has to be towed. Panic flared in Nicole's eyes. It wasn't the annoyance of a ticket. It was the terror of exposure. I'm not getting my stuff out of it. She snapped, defiant. Yeah, you get everything out of it, Bowling countered. Probably like almost 30 years, she muttered incoherently when asked how long she'd had the car. Nicole and Babe exited the vehicle. Nicole moved to the trunk, her body language screaming agitation. She popped the lid. The smell hit Officer Bowling like a physical blow. It wasn't just trash. It wasn't just old food. It was the distinct, biological alarm bell of putrefaction. Miss Johnson, Bowling said, stepping back slightly. Nicole was vibrating with energy, talking a mile a minute. She launched into a monologue about fake tags and internet scams, trying to fill the silence, trying to drown out the odor drifting from the open trunk. That stuff will only be legit, like you literally see, like we literally, well, not her, but me and my kids literally, living in the car. She rambled. Bowling handed her a citation, explaining she had 5 days to request a court date. I will be here in 5 days. I swear to God, Nicole promised, her voice cracking. Please, I can't go through any more. Then just take me home, please. She sat on the curb, head in her hands. The desperation was palpable. Y'all keep asking me to move on. Y'all keep telling me one more day. Find the light. Find the light. Find the light. She chanted, rocking back and forth. Where is the light, yo? Like, where is the light, bitch? It was a performance of madness, or perhaps a true break from reality. She looked up at the officer, her eyes wide. Watch tomorrow. Y'all are going to see me on the news. Y'all are going to see me make my big paper. I swear. To God. Bowling watched her. He had no idea how right she was. Chapter 2. The scent. Backup arrived. Another officer, Thompson, pulled up, the lights of his cruiser painting the scene in strobe light bursts. Bowling walked over to him, keeping his voice low. Come here for a sec, Bowling said, tapping Thompson on the arm. Walk over to that car and just see what you smell. Not drugs or anything, but see what you smell. Anything on that car, you know, something. Something dead or something. Thompson approached the open trunk. He leaned in, sniffed, and recoiled. What is this right here? What is this? He asked, pointing to the mound of plastic bags. A bunch of dirty clothes, Nicole said quickly, standing up. A bunch of dirty clothes. That don't smell like dirty clothes, Thompson said, his face twisting in disgust. What do you mean? Nicole challenged. I'm about to show you. She marched to the trunk. Manic energy returning. It's a bunch of dirty blankets. Well, this shit been sitting in there for months and months and months and months and months, she said. The repetition, eerie. You're going to have to open that up all the way, Bowling commanded. There's bugs and stuff all over it, and everything, she warned, pulling at a plastic bag. Maggots. The officers could see them now, writhing in the folds of the plastic. The smell was now a wall, invisible and impenetrable. I need to know what that smell is, Bowling said, his hand resting near his holster, instinct screaming that this was a crime scene. Nicole turned to him, her face a mask of strange compliance. I'm about to show you. She struggled with the knots. You gotta get all the way through to the dirty, she muttered. Bowling stepped in. Can you cut it from here? Nicole asked. He used his knife, slicing through layers of plastic. 1 bag, 2 bags, blankets, more plastic. It was a tome wrapped in hefty bags. They uncovered a black suitcase. Just open the suitcase, and we can be good after that, Bowling said. The air growing tighter. The air growing tighter. The air growing tighter. The air growing tighter. And this is what fucking smells, Rita, Nicole said to the air, or to BB. What is that? Thompson asked, pointing at a shape inside the bag. Dirty shit for my husband, Nicole said. Pull the whole bag out. My husband be clean. It's a dirty shit. My husband be clean. My husband be clean. Bowling reached in. He felt the weight of the bag. It was heavy. Too heavy for clothes. He pulled the plastic back. A small, human foot. The world seemed to stop. The traffic noise, the radio chatter, the hum of the cicadas, it all vanished, replaced by the rushing blood in Bowling's ears. What the fuck? Bowling yelled, stumbling back. Get your fucking hands up. Put your hands up. Don't you fucking move. Nicole didn't run. She stood there, looking confused. What I do? What the fuck? It's my mom. What the fuck? What I do? She screamed as Bowling grabbed her wrist. Turn over. You under the fucking arrest. Bowling roared, wrestling her to the ground. Beb, standing by the cruiser, began to wail. Officers scrambled. Mask went up. Gloves went on. The reality of what was in the trunk settled over them like a shroud. I'm so fucking mad, yo. What's in there, bro? One officer asked, voice trembling. It's a baby, yo. Bowling choked out, walking away, trying to breathe, trying to scrub the image from his retinas. Nicole lay on the pavement, handcuffed. Can y'all please not arrest her? She shouted, nodding toward BB. She don't have anything to do with nothing. She really don't have anything to do with nothing. Officer Bowling paced by the side of the road, reciting a prayer under his breath, trying to steady his shaking hands. O Allah, I seek the refuge in you from the whisperings of an accursed devil who whispers into the hearts of men. He looked back at the car. The trunk stood open like a maw. It looks like a kid that's curled up in there. Another officer whispered, peering into the suitcase. That's a 5-year-old. That's a 5-year-old white child. 100%. Someone said, misidentifying the race in the dim light due to the decomposition. It's got girl clothes? Bowling wiped sweat from his forehead. I need you to calm down, he told himself. I need you to focus. But there was no calming down. Not when he realized Nicole's comment about dirty blankets wasn't a lie. It was a confession. In de Cayman, in de Cole. It was a confession. Chapter 3. The Precinct. The interrogation room was a sterile box of cinder block and fluorescent light. Nicole sat in a chair, one wrist cuffed to the wall. The smell had followed her. It clung to her clothes, her hair, her skin. It was the scent of the grave. It was so potent that the officers in the hallway were gagging. One brought in a can of odor eliminator and sprayed the room, a futile attempt to mask the stench of death. Then they brought in an industrial air scrubber. Nicole sat in the haze of chemical spray and decay, talking to herself. Nay, nay, nay. I knew it was the reason why I felt like shit, she whispered. They said I was gonna keep being punished and keep being punished. Is there a such thing as a death penalty still? In a separate room, Beb was spiraling. She didn't understand why she was there. I'm gonna run, she told the officer guarding her. If they're questioning me for something, I know my pain. But they better let me go. The detective's new baby was innocent. She was mentally challenged, unable to process the horror she had been riding next to. But Nicole was a different story. Detective Smith entered the room. He sat across from Nicole. He was calm, methodical. I want you to help me out to find out how these children ended up like this, Smith said. Children? Both? Nicole asked, her voice small. The detective paused. They had found the second one, deep in the trunk. Buried beneath the suitcase containing the girl was a black and yellow plastic tote bin. Inside, wrapped in layers of trash bags and blankets, was the body of a small boy. Nicole slumped. The charade was over. Me and my kids. We was living in the car, she said softly. Like, we was sleeping around with the bodies in my car. It was okay. And the whole time I had them. She began to speak, painting a picture of a life that had dissolved into madness. She spoke of her sister, Deshelle, who had left the children Jocelyn and Larry with her 2 years ago. She didn't take care of kids. She didn't do to them what happened to them, Nicole said, trying to deflect, trying to blame the absent mother. I used to have to yell at the mother about washing them. I used to have to yell at the mother about feeding them. Who are they? The detective asked, showing her a picture of the children when they were alive and healthy. That's when I had them, Nicole said, pointing to the photo. They were very well taken care of. The lie hung in the air, thick as the smell. The medical examiner's report would later show the truth. The children were malnourished, tiny, for their ages. The girl, Jocelyn, was 6 but weighed only 18 pounds. The boy, Larry, was 5, but weighed 21 pounds. Tell me about the girl, the detective pressed. Nicole looked at her hands. It was really an accident, she said. I gave her a beating. And then the next thing I know, she just wasn't saying anything. She described the violence with a chilling detachment. I think I maybe slapped her in the face. It was more like me hitting on her body, and then she fell. She hit her head. The floor was extremely hard. And then what did you do? I laid in the bed with her, Nicole said. That was May of 2020. She had been driving with the child's body in her trunk for over a year. And the boy? The detective asked, his stomach churning. Stink? What happened to Stink? Nicole lit a cigarette, the smoke curling around her fingers. I think something hit him in the leg, she said vaguely. I never even looked at it. I never even took his pants off. I just seen the blood. She remembered his last words, though. They were etched into her mind. He was just like getting drowsy, she recalled. He said, Honey, can you lay me down? And I said, yeah, honey. And I went to smoke, and I turned back around, and it was like, stay, stay, stay. And he would not answer me. She had put him in the tote. That was 2 months ago. Nicole looked up at the detective, her eyes empty. I just can't believe they came up here and made it seem like I was some type of bad person, she said, genuinely offended by the accusation of evil. Outside the interrogation room, the world continued to turn, oblivious to the horrors contained within the police station walls. But for Officer Bowling, for the detectives, and for the souls of Jocelyn and Larry, the night would never truly end. Nouvelle, outline 20,000, plus word scope. To expand this narrative into a full-length novel, the story would structure itself around the timeline of the abuse, the investigation, and the psychological unraveling of Nicole Johnson. Part I. The Cargo. The Present. Chapters 1 à 3. As written above. The traffic stop. The discovery. The immediate arrest. And the initial interrogation. Chapter 4. The silent passenger. Focus on Beeb. Describe her confusion, her perspective of the bad smell she lived with, and her innocence. Contrast the horrifying reality with her limited understanding. Chapter 5. The crime scene. Detailed police procedural. Homicide detective processing the car. The physical removal of the suitcase and tote. The forensic team reacting to the memorials found in the hotel room, the rose bears that said always and forever. Part 2. The burden, the past. Flashbacks. Chapter 6. The handover. 2 years prior, D-Shell drops the kids off. The promise of temporary care. Nicole's initial intention to be the savior of these children versus her sister's neglect. Chapitre 7. Hotel life. The transience. Moving from the days inn to the quality inn. The slow isolation of the children. Neighbors hearing the screaming through thin walls, but doing nothing. Chapter 8. The descent. Nicole's frustration grows. The lack of money. The punishments. The starving. The specific incident where Jocelyn steals food from the fridge, triggering Nicole's rage. Chapter 9. May 2020. The death of Jocelyn. The accident. The chilling decision not to call 911, but to buy a suitcase. The psychological split where Nicole begins pretending the child is still alive in text to D-Shell. Chapter D's. The secret. Living with the suitcase. The smell begins. Nicole masking it with air fresheners and power washing the engine. Larry is alone now, witnessing his sister's absence. Chapter 11. The boy. Larry's decline. The injury to his leg. The lack of medical care. His fading away, while Nicole smokes a cigarette. His final request. Honey, can you lay me down? Part 2. The investigation. The process. Chapter 12. The autopsy. The medical examiner's office. The grim task of identifying the children. The discovery of their extreme malnutrition. D's wit and vingt and pounds. Determining the timeline based on decomposition. Chapter trays. Digital ghosts. Detectives going through Nicole's phone. Reading the text from D-Shell, thanking Nicole for taking care of them so well months after Jocelyn was dead. The video Nicole sent of the trunk, talking about odor absorber. Chapter 14. The sister. D-Shell's interrogation. The revelation of her GoFundMe scams. The family dynamic, a cycle of neglect and failure. The email from Nicole's mother, blaming the system. Part 2-1. Judgment. The aftermath. Chapter Cans. The plea. August 2024. The legal proceedings. Nicole pleading guilty to first-degree child abuse resulting in death. Chapter 6. The sentencing. February 2025. The courtroom atmosphere. The judge's words. Nicole receiving life in prison with all but 50 years suspended. Chapter 17. Epilogue. The police officers involved. Bowling and Thompson. How the case changed them. The lingering smell that never quite leaves their memory. A final shot of the rose bears in an evidence locker, the only testament to 2 lives erased. 2. The hotel years. Chapter 7. The handover. May 2019. The transaction did not happen in a lawyer's office. It did not happen with social workers present, or with signatures on triplicate forms. It happened in the casual, chaotic way that tragedy often begins, with a family favor that festered. Nicole Johnson stood on the pavement, looking at her sister, Deshelle. The air between them was thick with unspoken history, decades of sibling rivalry, shared trauma, and the complex geometry of blame. Deshelle was overwhelmed. She had the new baby, the chaos of her own life, and the Department of Social Services breathing down her neck. "I can't do it right now, Nikki," Deshelle had said. Or something like it. The memory would warp over time in Nicole's head. Nicole looked at the 2 children. Jocelyn, 6 years old then, with bright eyes and braided hair. Larry, just 4, clinging to his sister's hand. They were small. They were quiet. "I'll take them," Nicole said. It wasn't just charity. It was a transaction of the ego. Nicole wanted to prove something. She wanted to be the savior. She wanted to be the good sister. You look at them when she had them. They were not taken care of. Nicole would later tell the detectives, rewriting history to suit her narrative. You look at them when I had them, they were very well taken care of. But as Deshelle walked away, leaving the 2 children standing on the sidewalk next to Nicole's silver Chrysler, the weight of the promise settled on Nicole's shoulders. She didn't have a house. She didn't have a steady income. She had a car, a series of cheap motel loyalty points, and a resentment that was already starting to boil. "Come on," Nicole said to the kids. "Get in the car." Jocelyn climbed into the back seat. Larry followed. They didn't know it, but they were stepping into a capsule that would slowly shrink until it became a coffin. Chapter 8. The economy in winter 2019, spring 2020. The months blurred into a gray loop of highway exits and neon vacancy signs. And they moved from the Quality Inn to the Econo Lodge, from the super white to unbranded roadside motels, where the carpet smelled of stale beer and the walls were paper thin. The hotel room became their entire universe. 2 queen beds, a mini fridge, a television that was always on, drowning out the silence. For Jocelyn and Larry, the world shrank. They never saw a doctor. They were never enrolled in school. They ceased to exist to the outside world. They became ghost-haunting room 214, room 108, room 302. Nicole's mood was the weather. When she was high or happy, the room was safe. When she was low, when the money was tight, or the men she met didn't pay, or the family ignored her. "Y'all keep asking me to move on," she would scream at the walls, at the phone, at the kids. "Where is the light? Like, where is the light, bitch?" The hunger started slowly. Nicole ate. She brought fast food back to the room. Burgers, fries, sodas. The smell would fill the small space, torturing the children. But the food wasn't for them. They ate all the time. Nicole would later lie to the police, her voice cracking with defensiveness. "I didn't starve them." But the biology told the truth. A 7-year-old girl does not weigh Dixwit pounds by accident. A 5-year-old boy, does not drop to wind on pounds if he is eating all the time. It was a slow, agonizing erasure. The fat reserves disappeared first, then the muscle. Their cheeks hollowed out. Their eyes grew large and sunken. They stopped playing. They stopped running. They just sat, conserving energy, watching Nicole eat. One night, a neighbor in the adjacent room heard it. The thin walls of the motel offered no secrets. Thump. Shut up. Thump. A child's voice, high and thin, pleading. Stop. Please stop. A child's voice. A child's voice. A child's voice. A child's voice. The witness turned up the TV volume. It was none of their business. It was just another domestic dispute in a transit hotel. They didn't call the police. They didn't knock on the door. Inside the room, Nicole stood over Jocelyn. The girl was crying. You stealing stuff, Nicole hissed. You going in the refrigerator again? Jocelyn, starving, had tried to take a slice of cheese or a piece of bread while Nicole slept. I gave her a beating, Nicole would confess later, describing it as discipline. But it wasn't discipline. It was the rage of a woman who felt trapped by her own choices, taking it out on the only thing smaller than her. Chapter 9. The Refrigerator Incident. May 2020. The day